Who was the first Indian woman to win an Olympic medal? And the correct answer, Karnam Malleswari. Karnam Malleswari won a bronze medal in weightlifting at the 2000 Sydney Olympic, making history as the first Indian woman to secure an Olympic medal. Who is known as the Golden Girl of Indian Olympic and athlete? The correct answer, PT Usha. PT Usha is widely referred as the Golden Girl of Indian athlete. She dominated Asian track and field in the 1980s, and her autobiography is also titled Golden Girl. At which game was the Olympic flame ceremonially lighted for the first time in the modern Olympics? The correct answer, 1928 Amsterdam Olympic. The tradition of lighting the Olympic flame was reintroduced during the 1928 Amsterdam Olympic, keeping a fire burning throughout the event to symbolize continuity. What is the current Olympic motto? The correct answer, Citus, Altius, Fortius, and Communitas. In 2021, the International Olympic Committee (IOC) added the word together, that is, Communitas, to the original motto to recognize the unifying power of sport. Who designed the Olympic flame? The correct answer, Parry de Coubertin. Parry de Coubertin designed the iconic Olympic flag featuring 5 interlocking rings in 1913. It was first flown in the Olympic Stadium in 1920. Where is the International Olympic Committee, also known as IOC, headquarters? The correct answer, Lucerne, Switzerland. The IOC has been based in Lucerne, Switzerland since 1915, where Paris de Coubertin relocated its headquarters there to ensure neutrality during World War I. What do the 5 rings on the Olympic flag represent? The correct answer, the 5 inhabited continents of the world. The 5 interlocking rings represent the unity of the 5 inhabited continents, that is Africa, the Americas, Asia, Europe, and the Oceania, coming together for the Games. When and where was the first Olympic Winter Games held? The correct answer, 1924, Chamonix. The first official Winter Olympic Games were held in 1924 in Chamonix, France. They were originally known as International Winter Sport Week. When and where was the first official Paralympic Games held? The correct answer, 1960, Rome. The first official Paralympics Games were held in Rome, Italy in 1960, following the 1960 Summer Olympic featuring 400 athletes from 23 countries. Who is widely considered as the father of modern Olympic? The correct answer, Parry de Coubertin. Parry de Coubertin is recognized as the father of the modern Olympic for founding the International Olympic Committee and successfully reviving the Games in 1896. What was the first mechanical calculator called? The correct answer, Pascalin. Invented by Blaise Pascal in 1642, the Pascalin is widely recognized as the first functional mechanical calculator, capable of adding and subtracting numbers directly. What does PAN stand for in computer networking? And the correct answer, Personal Area Network. PAN stands for Personal Area Network, which connects devices within an individual workplace, typically within a few meters, such as Bluetooth connection. Transistor-based computers belong to which generation of computing? And the correct answer, second generation. Second generation computers, roughly 1956-1963, replaced fragile and hot vacuum tubes with smaller, more reliable and efficient transistor. In binary, what is the place value of the 4-bit from the right? The correct answer, 8. In binary base 2, reading right to left, the value of 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, and the 4th bit is 2 to the power 3, which equals to 8. That is 2 times 2 times 2. What allows the operating system to track different pages of an app across various RAM addressed? Correct answer, page table. The operating system uses a page table to store the mapping between virtual addresses used by our application and the physical address in the RAM where the data actually resides. A byte consists of how many bits? The correct answer, 8 bits. Historically stabilized by early computer architecture limits like the IBM System 360, a standard byte is composed of exactly 8 bits. What is the primary function of the ALU inside a computer CPU? The correct answer, to perform arithmetic and bitwise logic operation. The arithmetic logic unit or ALU is the part of the CPU responsible for performing all mathematical calculation and logic, that is Boolean operation, true and false. Which network protocol is commonly used to securely browse the internet? And the correct answer, HTTPS. Add an encryption layer, that is TLS and SSL, to the standard HTTP protocol, ensuring security, encrypted communication between a web browser and a server. What does RAM stand for? Correct answer, random access memory. It is a computer's short-term memory where it uses to handle active tasks and apps. It loses its data when power is turned off. Who is widely considered to be the first computer programmer? The correct answer, Ada Lovelace. Ada Lovelace wrote the first algorithm intended to be carried out by Charles Babbage Analytical Engine, earning her the title of the world's first programmer. Originally, how many articles, parts, and schedule did the Indian Constitution contain? Correct answer, 395 articles, 22 parts, and 8 schedule. When formally adopted on November 26, 1949, the original Indian Constitution consisted of 395 articles, characterized into 22 parts and 8 schedule. Which article give Indian citizen the right to form association, union, or cooperative society? Correct answer, Article 19.1c. Article 19.1c are the fundamental right guarantee all citizens the right to form association, union, or cooperative society, the latter added by the 97th Amendment. Which article of the Indian Constitution deal with constitutional amendment? 368 article. Article 368 in Part 20 of the Constitution grant the Parliament the power to amend the Constitution and laid out the procedure for doing so. The term circular was added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by which amendment? The correct answer, 42nd Amendment Act. The 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976 added 3 new words to the preamble, that is socialist, secular, and integrity. Which constitutional amendment lowered the voting age in India from 21 to 18 years? Correct answer, 61st Amendment Act. The 61st Amendment Act of 1988 amended Article 326 of the Constitution, lowering the voting age for the Lok Sabha and Legislative Assembly from 21 to 18. The Constitution of India was formally adopted by the Constituent Assembly on which date? Correct answer, November 26, that is 1949. The Constituent Assembly formally adopted the Constitution of India on November 26, 1949, a date now celebrated annually as a Constitutional Day or Samvidhan Divas. Under which plan or mission was the Constituent Assembly of India set up? The correct answer, Cabinet Mission Plan. The Constituent Assembly of India was formed in 1946 based on the framework laid down by the Cabinet Mission Plan, mapping out the democratic representation for drafting the Constitution. Who moved the historic objective resolution in the Constituent Assembly and when? Correct answer, Jawaharlal Nehru on December 13, 1946. Jawaharlal Nehru moved the objective resolution on December 13, 1946. It laid down the philosophical foundation of the Constitution and later shaped the preamble. Who served as the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly? Correct answer, Sir B.N. Rao. Sir Bengal Narsingh Rao was appointed as the constitutional advisor. He prepared the initial draft of the constitution based on his extensive research of global democracies. How long did the Constituent Assembly take to complete the framing of the constitution? Correct answer, 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. From its first meeting on December 9, 1946 to the final adoption on November 26, 1949, the Constituent Assembly took exactly 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days to frame the Indian Constitution.